Welcome! Today we're going to talk about this lovely 2023 Infiniti QX55 LUXE all-wheel drive that we have for sale. We took this one in on trade for a brand new Infiniti. Some of our nicest pre-owned vehicles come on trade for new Infinitis. I think this one is actually traded for the larger QX60, which is our mid-size third row seat crossover, where this is a compact. So I think that people just wanted something with a little bit more space, maybe a little bit more seating options. The QX55 was a new product for us for the 2022 model year. It's based off the QX50 platform, but where the QX50 is kind of more a conventional crossover SUV, this has a more heavy emphasis on style. Where if you look at the exterior styling, where the QX50 is a little bit more conventional, this has nice sweeping curves, a little bit more prominent grille, a fastback on the rear styling, a more sloping roofline, more sports car inspired styling versus a conventional SUV. So you do give up a little headroom. You give up a little cargo space for the sake of style, but you know, style is important to you, but you still want something that's practical. A crossover SUV is a great choice. That's why, you know, more American consumers are buying crossover SUVs right now than any other vehicle. Even sedans and coupes are kind of falling by the wayside, just because the American consumer is in love with crossover SUVs for very good reason. We have, you know, based on unibody architecture, they kind of drive and function a lot like regular cars, but you have a better high-up commanding view of the road, better visibility, you have more cargo space, a little bit better ground clearance, and generally they're available with all-wheel drive like this one. We have a nice perforated leather interior, we have a moonroof, we have a CVT transmission to offer an almost unlimited amount of gear ratios, electronic parking brake, keyless ignition with push-button start. We have a dual display system. The top screen is for parking camera, radio information. This one doesn't have navigation, but it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can have navigation on your phone and project it right up on that screen. The bottom screen is a tab-like interface for vehicle settings and apps. We have lots of driver's assistance features. We have vehicle dynamic control. That ties the stability control system and the traction control system together into one system. We have a blind spot warning and blind spot intervention, so it'll steer you back in your lane. If you do try changing lanes and someone's in your blind spot. We have backward and forward emergency braking. We have a lane departure warning, and we have lane departure intervention. We have a steering assist to help you keep you centered in your lane on the highway. That's really nice, and that partners great with the adaptive cruise control. Then we also have a drive mode selector as well. You also have it here, where you can make quick changes. If you want to drill down a little bit deeper, you can make changes, individual changes here. You can make changes to the engine and transmission. You can make changes to steering. Active trace control brakes individual wheels to help the vehicle rotate better through the corners. You can shut that system on or off. This has a variable compression engine, so it has active engine braking. So basically, engine braking is the natural tendency for the vehicle to slow down when you take your foot off the gas, or if you shift it into a lower gear, the engine braking will slow the vehicle down without using a brake. So that could help a little bit on brake life, or if you're going down like a steep grade, like you're going over a mountain pass and you're going down a steep grade, you don't want to ride your brakes all the time or use them too much, because that could overheat your brakes. So in a situation like that, the active engine braking would come in handy. You know, if you're towing, or maybe if you're driving down a really slippery hill, an icy hill, sometimes shifting into a lower gear and using engine braking can be safer versus using the brakes, where there's a chance they could lock up and you could slip on the ice, things like that. All right, so we have dual zone auto climate control, we have power and heated front seats, we have an automatic dimming mirror, universal garage door opener. This one only has 10,581 miles on it, so it's in great shape. Hardly used. Really nice color combination in slate gray on graphite. We can see with this beautiful curvaceous, stylish body, especially look at that front end styling, really a beautiful job. Infiniti really has a heavy emphasis on style. It's very important to them. Not only is a car a functional thing, but it's also, you know, almost like an automotive piece of artwork. All these creases and curves add, you know, more money to the production process, but Infiniti really wanted to make this thing look beautiful, and I think they definitely achieved that goal. We have a variable compression engine. This is pioneering technology by Infiniti. They worked in this engine technology for 20 years before they introduced it into the first vehicle they ever put it in, the 2019 QX50. It's the only engine available in the QX55 and the QX50. It replaces the 3.7 liter V6. It's more fuel efficient than the V6 it replaces. It's also still pretty powerful. So variable compression technology is able to change the compression ratio depending on the way you're driving. For instance, if you're kind of doing easy desert driving on the highway, it'll give you a 14:1 compression ratio, which will calibrate the engine for maximum fuel efficiency, which is close to class leading, by the way. But maybe you're getting more aggressive on the throttle, you're doing some performance driving, the car can tell, so it'll quickly change the compression ratio down to an 8:1 compression ratio, which will calibrate the engine for maximum horsepower, which is 268 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. It actually makes more torque than the V6 it replaces, even though the engine's a lot smaller. Thanks to the help of the variable compression technology and turbocharging. Beautiful design, nice sweeping roofline, lots of space back here for the rear seat occupants. The second row seats, they slide back and forth, they also recline. If we can see towards the back, we have a little bit more of aggressive styling towards the rear, a little bit more of a aggressive sloping roofline than a traditional QX50 crossover SUV. These performance or sports car styled crossover SUVs are popular, especially in the luxury car lineup. You know, BMW offers one. Comparable vehicle would be like the BMW X4, or they have the Mercedes-Benz GLC Coupe. Those would be similar competitors to the QX55 as far as styling and features and size goes. And there we have it, one beautiful example of a 2023 QX55. Thanks for watching, hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.